I'm Charlie Taylor, I'm Chief Executive of the National College for Teaching and Leadership. I'm here today at Forest Gate School, part of the Dean Trust, working closely with Ashton Mersey Teaching School. And I've got here Vicky Beer, who's the amazing head teacher of Ashton Mersey, to talk about some of the incredible things that are happening with the new teaching schools across the country. So Vicky, you became a teaching school in 2011. What are the things that you've taken on most as a teaching school?
I think we've focused on two key elements around professional learning and school-to-school support, and both of them have been key drivers in changing not only the ethos and culture in my own school, but also helping to influence improved outcomes in the schools that we're working with.
Brilliant. And professional learning, that includes teacher training, does it?
Yeah, it's the full gamut. ITT in terms of teacher training, but also professional learning. And when we're talking about teacher training, our view is it doesn't stop with the year that you qualified or the end of your NQT year. So it's developing that progression through, but also a different approach to handling CPD. And we're very much focused now around joint practice development. It's much more active, it's a much more reflective model, and is sustaining our own journey to outstanding.
And you've been heavily involved in School Direct, but you're now taking things further because you're actually opening your own SCIT, School-Centred Initial Teacher Training. Do you want to talk about that?
We take over 100 trainees a year and are passionate about teacher training and have over 70% of our staff are trained mentors. What the SCIT's going to enable us to do is to really begin to take that in a slightly different direction and to give us much more of a sense of empowerment about designing the right sorts of programmes to meet the needs of what our schools are in the Alliance, but also to offer a coherent model that links recruitment forecasting and needs to the training of the next generation of teachers into a leadership programme for them as well.
I'm here for the Levy Outstanding Facilitator Programme at Ashton Mersey School. And this is for the first time, it's the first programme that I have encountered that is about reflection and time and space in a safe environment where teachers feel, as the weeks go on, I'm sure it will deepen even more, but they feel safe and able to really commit to the programme.
In my school I'm an outstanding practitioner, and it's about being able to share that outstanding practice and getting it to all the staff in a way that develops all of our CPD.
It's an amazing programme. It's really sort of deepened our thinking and understanding of teaching pedagogy.
So you're not just looking at training the next generation of teachers, you're looking at training the next generation of leaders.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. And then you talked a little bit about school-to-school support. And what are the opportunities by being a teaching school that mean you can get involved in school-to-school support?
I think it's huge. We have over 30 specialist leaders of education that are working across schools, and that's where there may be some bespoke programmes of need. We offer a variety of teaching and learning programmes as well, but we also take on full school commissions where they may need some support at the most senior level to give them a period of stability or to drive forward improvement at a faster pace. And I think what teaching schools are able to do now is to be able to understand the needs of the networks within which they're operating in and respond to help identify where the capacity is to meet those needs, build further capacity, but also leave the networks and the schools they're supporting with sustainable solutions.
And here we are at Forest Gate. This was a school that was in real difficulties just a few years ago. They've got the Ofsted inspectors in there now.
Today?
We don't know what the result of that's going to be, but we fingers crossed it's going to be very good. And this was a school that was actually taken over and sponsored by the Dean Trust because it was in difficulties.
It was. We initially were approached by the local authority to offer some support as a school-to-school support commission, and the relationship evolved and has become so positive that the governing body of Forest Gate actually approached us and asked whether we'd consider sponsoring them. What's great is, as you said, we're hopeful that the Ofsted report today is going to be positive. The increase in results the school's already seen, but actually more dramatically than that is we've doubled almost the intake that's come into the school because it's seen now as a preferential choice. I think the other journey that the school's taken is there are practitioners at this school now who 2 years ago felt pretty rubbish about themselves that are now leading practice and supporting colleagues in other schools in different authorities, and I think that's fantastic.
So this is cascading down. The great work from Ashton Mersey has come to Forest Gate, and now teachers from Forest Gate are going out to work with other schools.
That's correct, yes.
Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Is all these apples are the same size?
Brilliant. Okay, all the apples cut to the same size. Excellent.
Teaching schools are making a fantastic difference across the country. We now have teaching school representation in 95% of local authority areas, and I'm delighted to say that we now have over 500 teaching schools across the country, and we've reached that target a year early.